Hi everybody, it's Gemma. Welcome back to Pampered Wolf. One of my subscribers told me that if you have subtitles on at the beginning of this video, it says, "Hi everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome to Pampered Wolf." I think that is the funniest thing ever, and my kids now call me Jezza. Anyway, today we are going to be reviewing a brand new concealer from one of my favourite brands. This is a brand that is luxurious. It's a brand that I bang on about constantly on this channel. It's absolutely beautiful brand. It's also cruelty-free and vegan, so if you are after a concealer that fits in both of those categories, then definitely keep on watching. This is a brand new product, especially in the UK. The US have had it for a few weeks now already, but I've had this on my skin for around about 4 days, so I definitely know how this wears, how this looks, and how to get the best out of this product throughout the day. So this is not going to be a first impressions review. Before I crack on with this review, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you've clicked on that notification bell so you get notifications every single time I do an upload. I upload on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 PM London time, and I'm also on Instagram if you want to follow me on there. It's at Pampered Wolf, all lowercase, no spaces. So the concealer that I'm going to be reviewing for everybody today is the brand new Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer. This one hasn't had loads of hype. I cannot stand it when a brand releases about 3 months worth of hype before they release the actual product. Usually you're bored of hearing about the product before we actually get our hands on it. So I'm really pleased that Hourglass haven't done that. By the end of this video, I will give you a lowdown on whether I think this is worth the money that you would pay for it. If you are used to buying high-end brands, so if you're used to paying this amount of money for a concealer, whether it's worth it for you, but also if you're not used to spending this much money on a concealer, will it be worth the extra push? Does it do the job that it says it's going to do? So let's do a little bit of bump on this product. You're going to have to excuse the hair today. I've got a little bit of a half up, half down moment. I am reliving my 80s youth. I don't know. It will probably be down by the time the end of this video comes. Anyway, let's do a little bit of bump on this product and I'll get some underneath the eyes. So this is the brand new Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer. It's vegan, it's cruelty-free, comes in 22 shades, which is a very diverse shade range. I will say, however, I have gone for the palest shade in the pinkiest tone. It is just about right for my skin, so if you do have skin that is paler than mine, you may struggle to find something that is going to brighten the under eye area. You will probably find something that suits your skin tone perfectly, but if you're wanting something a little bit paler, you may struggle. Just something to bear in mind. So this will set you back £32 in the UK, $34 in the US, and you get 6 ml worth of product, which is pretty standard for a high-end concealer. This is full coverage. It also has a weightless consistency and it's also waterproof. This will blur large pores and also fine lines and has rather smoothing capabilities on the skin. This will also brighten, and there are shades in the collection that will also act as colour correctors. I have one of them, which is their palest colour correct shade, which is Créme, and there's also Silk, Pearl, Sienna and Topaz. So these are also crease resistant. They are long wearing, up to 16 hours worth of wear without creasing, and also these are non-comedogenic, which is great for anybody who suffers with acne prone or blemish prone skin. So let's get some of this underneath my eyes because I've not had a good look for a good 5 minutes. So let's just take a look at the packaging because the packaging is absolutely stunning and it's part of what you're paying for, so do bear that in mind. This is a beautiful frosted glass bottom, plastic lid, and it does look really luxurious and expensive, which when you pick it up makes you happy, but it's not all about that, it's about the product. So I'm going to put one swipe of this underneath this eye on completely bare skin so you can see what it looks like. For me personally, I wouldn't wear this way because although I have picked a shade that says neutralizes darkish bluish tones underneath the eye, I don't think that this works in that way. And I have been slightly disappointed with it because I thought this would mean that I wouldn't have to use another colour corrector underneath my eye. I would just be able to use this product, which means that I can justify the cost of it a little bit more. But anyway, put a tiny bit of that underneath the eye and then I'm going to smooth that out using a damp blending sponge. You can use a brush with this, you can use your fingers, but this is my preferred method. So that is one coat of the concealer underneath my eye, and for me this is a medium coveraged concealer. This is not full coverage. High medium possibly, but definitely not full coverage, and you can definitely still see the bluish tones poking through this, which means I would definitely want to use a colour corrector underneath this, and the colour correcting neutralising capabilities that this says that it has in this shade, for me, haven't worked, and that is a big deal for me. So I definitely wouldn't wear this on its own, because I'm definitely not going to apply another layer, because then this will crease throughout the day. So let me show you what it looks like on the other side with a colour corrector, which is how I wore it yesterday and got beautiful results out of it. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury colour corrector in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to pop that on my blue shades but nowhere else, and just pad that in place. Okay, so this is the side with the Charlotte Tilbury colour corrector on, and this is the side with the Hourglass concealer. And even though these are supposed to do the same things, because the Hourglass concealer is supposed to neutralise any bluish shades, I do think that this side already looks better than this side. You can be the judge of that yourselves. Do let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. Let's get some of the Hourglass concealer on over the top of the Charlotte Tilbury colour corrector. Just going to add the same amount as I did on the other side, and use the same method with my damp blending sponge just to blend that out. So definitely better on this side than that side, but obviously we have used two products on this side and only one on this side. Let me zoom you in so that you can see exactly the difference from up close. Come a bit closer, come a bit closer. So as you can see, this side is the Hourglass concealer that has the Charlotte Tilbury colour corrector underneath it. It looks quite smooth. It isn't starting to crease massively at the moment. On the other side, however, different story altogether. Now, please bear in mind this one has been on for much, much longer and hasn't been set in place yet. But you can see the concealer has seriously creased underneath my eye without it being set. So I'm going to smooth that off with my damp blending sponge. And then I'm going to set both sides in place using my usual method of setting. So that is it, both sides completed, with a lick of powder to set the concealer in place. And when I say a lick, I really do mean the smallest, minusculest amount of powder will set this concealer in place so that it looks absolutely beautiful, really smooth, and it will not budge throughout the day. This is an extremely long wearing concealer. It has many, many positives. But the positives really stop if you are wanting anything more than medium coverage out of this concealer. I do not feel that this is a full coverage concealer, so if you have really dark under eye circles, this is not going to cover those up. You are going to need an extra colour corrector underneath to get that flawless appearance. I do prefer a full coverage concealer, but this is going to suit so many people. It's a beautiful, beautiful concealer. It's definitely waterproof and it's definitely really long wearing. So if you are after a medium coverage concealer, look no further. This is really, really beautiful as long as you want to set this in place. Again, you don't need to use loads of powder, but you do need to set it in place because it does move around and it does crease very, very quickly if you don't set it in place. So for me, I probably, once this is gone, won't repurchase this. However, I will give you an update if my opinion changes in my January faves and fails, because I will be continuing to use this. It's cost me £32. I am going to get my wear out of it, but I am a little bit underwhelmed by this product, considering that Hourglass is one of my favourite brands, and I had really high hopes for this, especially after I'd read all of the things that it was supposed to do. So Take from this what you will. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's helped you make your mind up whether you want to purchase this and try it out or not. Definitely go to an Hourglass counter, ask for a sample, ask for them to apply some on your skin and walk around with it for a while before you make up your mind, because your skin might be completely different to mine. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. There is a watermark in this corner. If you click on it, it will take you through to my homepage where you can subscribe. Also, click on that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I upload on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. London time, and I'm also on Instagram if you want to follow me on there. It's at Pampered Wolf, all lowercase, no spaces. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.